Greetings, fellow Beavers. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 7 of Timberborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. But for now, that will have to do, I think, because there's not like a perfect place for additional hamster wheels. Or alternatively, to start processing the metal to unlock engines. Actually, let me unlock the engine. So an engine here burns wood and produces quite a bit of power. So I could stilt up underneath here and like put an engine there. Should I? I probably should, right? Or put an engine here. Both places would be pretty valid. Out of symmetry, I could put engines at the end. I like that a lot. But I'm not going to worry about that right now, because it would require metal, and metal, because of the power requirements of the shredder, really need a flow of water. So I'm going to wait on that. Alright, how's my water levels? Let's examine. 65? Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem at all. Is my social life being met? No, still not? Why not? I probably need more camping. You know, I'm just going to throw, because I have so much territory, I'm just going to throw a campground down, because I'm so tired of not having this social need met. And the campgrounds only cost some logs, so they're cheap as hell. And I can rip them out when I want. The temple requires planks, but I guess once the campgrounds are done, I'll unlock the planks, because most of this project here is not planks. So as soon as this scaffolding, which I guess I'll prioritize, is done, the rest of this is basically just logs, not planks. And that way I can unlock the temple for providing spirituality. So that's a good call. Most likely the working hours. I'll reduce the working hours a little bit, because we're not in crunch time here. Because they basically just work and sleep. So now that I'm investing in campfires and soon spirituality, we'll allow them to actually use it. We'll do the 16. We'll do daylight hours only and see how that works. Excuse me 1 second, because I went over time. All right. 1 unemployed. Perfect. The last inventor spot. Now, the other monuments for are 3,000 and 12,000, so that's a lot to save up. I could also do beaver statues, but that requires metal. What are some other things that I don't have unlocked? I don't have unlocked the printer press. I'm going to unlock the printer press now, just because I know that I'm eventually going to need that, and that supplies the knowledge requirement. And then knowledge is books. They produce books. And then beavers require books depending on your difficulty level. So on hard, which I'm on, they require a lot of books. It's actually pretty tricky to supply the knowledge that they demand. Water level check. A little low. But I'm going to let it get a little bit lower before I switch over the pump. And then the other thing that I did mention is to start to do the grist mill. So, I think I'm going to set the grist mill up here once I build some more platforms over the power here, and get bread making working. We only need 4 more gears for the explosive factory, so we're quite close, which is exciting. The levees are getting built. Looks a little strange, but it's working. And now let's work on the temple as a super high priority as well, because we have the planks, or we have some of the planks and a lot of the lumber. Population's sort of plateaued at about 33, and I'm going to not unlock any more breeding pods just yet until I have the big supply of water and the grist mill up and running. Because once I have the big supply of water and the grist mill up and running, we can obviously support a larger population, but not quite yet. Water levels down here are low enough that I'm going to switch over up top and keep an eye on the depth marker to make sure to supply the water out of this water gate. It's a kind of unfortunate this water gate is where it is. I wish it would be over one, so that it wouldn't really spill. But even if it spills, it's going to catch back into the river, so it's not that big of a problem. It just increases the amount of evaporation as it spills. So social life is fully fulfilled. Cool. Comfort not, because we lack a house, but we'll get that house. I could even build a row house. I could build a row house like here, or so, I don't know. Stick it somewhere where it's functional. Roadhouse here or something. I don't know. There's a tank in the way, but for funsies, just to see a variety of different weird housing. Oh, but there is kind of a problem because there's no walkable path to it. I don't know. Maybe a traditional barracks. Think about it. So, explosives. Still 4 more gears. God, that's tantalizing. I have so many lumberjacks in the community. I would say at this point, it would benefit me now to have proper hauling. A haul post. So, I'm going to set up a haul post here. Make that a very high priority, even higher than the temple. Because I have so many lumberjack flags that are near full of wood that I think the bottleneck really is the haul post. So getting a dedicated hauler post where they can carry twice as much wood as the typical helpers will be of great benefit and should speed things up. Where'd all my oh, dang, they already put all the planks into the temple. Oh well. We're making planks pretty quick, so that's not that much of a problem. Use the explosives up here to build another house. Well, if I wanted a house here, I would need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 explosives. But yeah, my first 6 could be for this barracks here. I can see the benefit. All right, water check 2-9. We still have some time. And this hull post is nearly done. Let's unlock the bakery if I'm going to have a grist mill. Now the bakery is interesting because it can carry power, but it doesn't require power. So another thing that I might want to do is have a grist mill like pointed this way or something, pointed maybe here, and move that rooftop thing. Just so that the grist mill and the bakery are adjacent, because they obviously feed one another. So this rooftop terrace is probably going to be... I'm just going to nuke it now, knowing that I'm going to be getting rid of it. So I'm going to have the grill and the grist mill and the rooftop terrace all sort of on top of one another, so that, you know, they're efficient in that way. All right, come on, hauling post. You're just 2 planks away. Now, the other worry that I have is that they build this out of order, and then they can't access... it's not accessible to them. One thing that I might want to do is to have a stairwell go down so I can actually start placing explosives in here when it's time to gut it out. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet, because I have a different way of dealing with that, I think. Well, Yeah, I have a different way of dealing with that. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right, hull post is up. So the hull post, I'm going to have employ up to 10. I'm going to fire 4 of my inventors, put them as haulers. Not all of them filled haulers, because one of them filled some other role. Probably someone died of old age. I'm going to unlock another breeding pod for that matter. And now these haulers are going to help move large amounts of goods at once. My water level's getting a little low, so I'm going to unlock the lower water to be used. And then I'm going to allow there to be a trickle down below to use that pump. And then once the water is empty here, which will be any second, I'm going to let water out of the top dam down, just to fill up our water supply. All right, that looks good. We're up at 40% and 20%. Just because the water that we have in the colony is 0 basically, so I do need double pumping now. That will be fixed once this project's done, where I'll have full-time pumpers leading to like large tanks. And the explosives is up. Let me pause that for right now, because I don't have the gerbil wheels to supply it, but that's exciting. That's very exciting. And the temple is 2 planks away from being done. So as soon as that's done, I'll get the grist mill and the bakery. Do I need gears? You know, I really don't need gears anymore. So let me open up the paper mill instead of gears and start to employ someone making paper. And then once I have enough paper, I'll open up the explosives factory once the water starts flowing and get some explosives. And I'll call this stream quits once I start to blow things up. How's that sound? All right, so really, really, really quickly, my water got resupplied. We're back up to like 50, which is good. And here's my temple to fulfill spirituality. So if you take a look at my, only 1 is in there. If only I could click them. But yeah, with spirituality fulfilled, that will provide a really good benefit. Well, I can't show you yet, because who has it fulfilled? Well, it would be working speed if I could find someone that had it fulfilled. But, yep, even more efficient working, which is awesome. Yeah, gears for storage would be great, but I just want to show explosing. So there we go. We're up to 9, because spirituality is being fulfilled in bulk now. There's a whole bunch of beavers in here that are getting their working speed and spirituality fulfilled, and that means tomorrow we're going to be more productive than we really ever were. If I was to play this again, I would probably rush that a little faster, to be honest, because the benefit is amazing, and I definitely wasn't doing it, but whatever, you know, live and learn. All right, grist mill, and maybe a bakery here. I just have to get rid of a shrub. I'll move this shrub down. So grist mill and bakery. And I can shrub, where's my decorations? I can stick a shrub here. And then this will have a path. They're right across the street from one another, so they'll be able to supply. And then I just need a storage place, which can be... It could be, honestly, it could be... Hang on, before we do that, let me do a dedicated storage for this in this spot. Right? And that will feed the grist mill with, you know, the wheat that it requires. And then I can have an elevated bakery or something like that. Think vertical. Excuse me. So if I do that, let's get rid of this tree here. And then that will be the stairs up. And then I'll be able to free up this spot for the path for stairs up to the bakery. Alright, so I'm excited about this, but the other thing that I don't have yet is wheat. So I am going to remove the plants here. Maybe all of this as a wheat field, and then start planting potatoes where the carrots used to be. Putting potatoes around this spot here, and the carrots in this tract. Great. Periodically, I like to pause and unpause the hauling post so that my beavers that need to fill roles can fill roles automatically. It's a good way to like reassign jobs quickly to have the hauling post be basically the last job that I want filled. It's what I find to be a pretty effective way to do that. All right. What's... Oh, the warehouse is full. I thought that was a... Yeah, okay. The warehouse underneath here is full of random stuff. Cool. Ooh, big dry. Okay, hold on. Release the water. In fact, let's do a full release. I think I have plenty of water. Oh, look at it spill. It'll catch because I still have the floodgates. But yeah, we have 25% here and 40% here for 3 days. That's no problem. Even more than 40%. 70%? No problem at all. Alright, so we'll do the big crop changeover, which requires a lot of my builders to basically pull up stuff. But here, this warehouse here, I'm going to cancel everything and have it just be bread, flour, and grilled potatoes, I guess? Because there's... Yeah. And grilled potatoes. So... Well, no, that one's for grilled potatoes and... Okay, so this will just be bread and flour. So 100 of each. Not 1,000. Alright, there we go. So dedicated storage for our new grist mill and bakery. I could build a double platform on the stair. Yeah, I could do that. I was just going to get rid of it. It's going to be more efficient for me to just nuke it, I think. By a lot. Movement, for distance speed-wise. So this does require gears. Both of them do. So let me unlock the gears and pause the paper mill. I do have 38 paper to build into explosives once I have water running. And I have more power available to me. I could also think about investing additional power wheels, but I'm not ready to pull that trigger just yet. Alright, there we go. So this here is gonna be like this, and then like that. So now the distance from the warehouse to the bakery is very, very short, and the distance from the grist mill to the warehouse is very, very short, and everybody is happy, and everything is path. No problem. Great. And then this distance to the warehouse for the potatoes is really short too. Oh, except for it doesn't go down. Yeah, I see that now. Cool. Good job, me. So I do like this path here. And I'm just going to delete that like that and pull that back one to put this here. It's a little bit more of a run, but it's still not dreadful inefficient. Okay. Leave that alone. That will get done. Well, I have a lot of carrots. I am glad that I'm not doing any more carrots. So my builders are eventually going to get through this, and we'll be able to plant wheat there once they're done pulling those crops up. Oh, posture check. Ah, much better. The levee hasn't had a lot of completion, but it's not terrible either. It's a good start. If I unlocked a builder labor, we could build it a little bit faster, but I don't think it's all that necessary. I think what happened was because I'm changing over the types of crop that I have sown, it's requiring a lot of labor that otherwise would have been dedicated to the building of the levee. Talking about carrots, it's treats time. Unfortunately, I don't have carrots today, but I do have peanuts. And Yoda is pleased. Pleased by the peanuts. Start prepping the other 2 floodgates? Oh, yeah, I could do that. Because clearly I don't really need the levees there anymore, right? Because it's completely open, so good call. And let's do these as a high priority, because without these, if I don't have the mega project done, we have no water. Now, once I'm able to do explosives, the other thing I could do is line explosives in here to hollow this out even more and make it more effective to store more water, deepen it, etc. There we go. Now we're starting to chew through these plants, and we'll be able to put wheat here in no time. Oh, no one is working in there. Pause and unpause. Alright, well, water flow is back, so let me just open up the gates. Drought's over. Next drought's going to be more brutal. I can nearly guarantee it. I like how it goes completely dry for just a moment, because I pulled the gates up early. But in a second here, we're going to have flowing water and be able to use the water wheels yet again. It's going to take a moment to kick in, but that'll be really, really good to not have to run the wheels. I might... Oh, yeah, there it goes. I might want to invest in new wheels, but let's get the shredder going, and the explosive factory going, and the paper factory going. Basically, all of it. I should have... Okay, not enough efficiency for all of it. What did I need metal for? I don't need metal right now. I'm going to keep the shredder off so that we have max efficiency for everything. So, we're making explosives now. We're getting... Boomy be praised. The gears are going to go... Let's have the gears go to the grist mill first. And... potatoes... Actually... yeah, that's... Yeah, I'm going to have all this be wheat. Never mind, not potatoes. I lied. Alright, how many explosives do I have? Oh, no one's working in there. Again, pause and unpause. There we go. Now, Razzie, go make me boom booms. Don't disappoint. We have 2 of floodgates. About to get the 3rd. 3rd is done. So now we have the floodgates just in case. I think I am going to start to dig the river. I think the river is going to be sort of the more important thing to do here. So I'm going to queue this up. Let me get rid of the path here. We're going to lay explosives to channel the water down a path of our choosing. In fact, let me have it be... I'm just going to have it be a very straight run and use levees. It's not as attractive. Not even levees, actually. I'm just going to lower the water level. So let's keep this one intact and dynamite the other stuff, so we don't start the stream early. And now saying that, I have to go to the bathroom. Good job, me. And if you want to see the dynamite, I'm going to have to prioritize that, because I know I have a lot of other things that are highly prioritized. So what we're going to want is like a step well, where we dynamite lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. A, so it contains more water, and B, so that I can build a stairwell down into here to be able to access the bottom part. Anyone from India like your step wells? Because that's what I'm doing. Oh god, another freaking dude! Really? Seriously? Another drought coming? These droughts are vicious, man. I need to start investing in my my shredder so that I can actually get the engines going. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and throw another water wheel here so that I can power the shredder more capably. Nuke the bushes that are in my way. And once these are done, I'll change the shaft over so I can have 4 wheels going for power. I also might want to invest in additional hamster wheels. But my god, they're really brutal. You're from India, so you know stepwells. Yeah, I'm going to try to nuke a stepwell. Oh, here we go. And these dynamites chain together. Boom, boom, boom. So the concept is this will be one down. Then, I think what I'll do is, yeah, let's queue all that up. I'm going to have a stairwell here to access it as well. I have only 3 dynamite. But let's go ahead and start planting the wheat. I want my wheat. Whoa, they are very fast at that. I guess my farmers were idle. I haven't really been micromanaging them. So the idea here is we'll have a road that goes down to a ramp, and then this ramp will sort of... I guess not... Ooh. Not here. This ramp will follow the descent of the water. That way I can walk down it as well. And this is obviously not needed anymore. To get rid of that. It's not part of the design. Alright, 2 days left. I'm glad I have this project done, because with 2 days left, it's a little sketch. I just like the design of the way that looks. Not that we can actually walk it. All right, so we'll get that ramp, wooden stairs built. Cool. And then, yeah, we'll have ramps for the path that we take for the explosives, so that we can walk down into this here if it's far enough, or if it's close enough rather. All right, so wheat's good almost entirely. I need a floodgate up there. Yeah, so this here is going to be where my floodgate is. I'm just keeping that undynamited for now, so that I can control the flow of the water. Oh, really? You put the explosive down and you walk away? For shame. For shame. 1.4 days. Let's raise this up to the 0.5 mark. So they're easy to flood over. And now... Come on. They're really bad at blowing this up, aren't they? I only have one dynamite anyway. But you can kind of see how dynamite's really useful, but it's, unless you have, like, mass amounts of explosive factories running, which obviously is going to be really, really expensive, and you're not likely to have it, I'm going to prioritize it by haulers and prioritize the paper mill haulers. You can't just, like, nuke out an entire riverbed. That's, like, not a reasonable goal, but what is a reasonable goal is to dig, like, a little trench like this, a little, creek, in order to feed, like, a larger reservoir. So, I'm trying to use the dynamite sparingly and intelligently, rather than as a brute force approach that won't work that well. And I would very much like to see this this project through if I could. I know I'm way over time, but happy to do it. I have the time today. Where are these? Oh, I guess they are technically delivering and stuffing. Okay. That's fine. As long as they're actually lumberjacking. Oh, you know what it is? Yeah, these trees aren't cute. Oh, I'm a dummy. These trees aren't queued up to be cut. Because they're recent plants. Yarp! Alright, well, there they go. Big doy there. Learn from my mistakes. 0.7 days. Good point. Let's get these hoisted. Bottom is very much flooded. Next is flooded. Next is flooding. And overflowed. All right. Hey! Ba-boom! What color is... Oh, we're still green here? That's perfect. Alright, we are... Got the water we need. Let me unlock the wheels. Drought has started. It's a 15-dayer. Fun, fun, fun. The other thing that I'm going to need to do is to prioritize certain places to work because I really don't have a lot of power. So I have a ton of planks. So what I'm going to do is really only keep the explosives factory and the gear workshop going because I don't have infinite horsepower at the moment to be able to supply it. So the gear workshop is almost enough for the grist mill, and then I need 10 more gears for the bakery, which is going to be a bit further down the line. Yeah, I was responsible for keeping the trees for harder times. Thanks. Yeah, my mistakes were purposeful. Let's pretend. I'm going to pause this water for now, drawing only from the bottom one. But I'm sure I'm going to have to turn the other one back on at some point. Let me employ as many haulers as inventors as I can. And let's go ahead and super prioritize this explosive project. So you could definitely see where this is going, even if I'm not going to physically be able to finish it. A project like this obviously will be able to contain an enormous amount of water. What I will add, though, is obviously the most efficient shape would be a cube of water. Or, for evaporation's sake, the more of a vertical shaft that you can have it, the better. But you can only draw with a pump from a 6-deep shaft. So anything beyond 6 is just gratuitous, and it's going to be difficult for you to utilize. So you could have reservoirs deeper than 6 and have step wells, because I'll put it this way, just to demonstrate, if I have like a deep pump here, and I fill this up with water, and this goes down 6 more, once the water level drops to the point where this is no longer submerged, I can actually start pumping from a lower level. So you can have a stepped well system like that if you're really panicked about long drought days. But I've never really seen droughts on hard difficulty exceed maybe about 3 weeks. I don't know. I think something like if you have water for 3 weeks, you'll be all right. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's roughly the case. So that's the aim. That's the number to aim for. Another interesting side effect of my setup that I have here is because I flood a new part of the river, I now have like a bunch more trees that I can try to sow. Maybe me is the same haircut for Bob Ross. Happy little accidents, pretty little trees. Yeah, I'm already gonna have to pump that. There we go. Come on, explosive. Oh, yeah, they already laid them down. So much for my attention. Oh, except for the last one. Oopsie. And now they can't path to it until I have that ramp built. And yeah, this here is going to go as a stairwell down to the level of here, essentially. And that way we have a 6 deep pit. And we have our beautiful water stored in. I know I don't need the road there, it's just to speed them up a bit. Yoda, shush. Oh, wheat. And then another reason to put the wheat closest to the water supply is this crop here lasts the longest during extreme drought. Even if the river dries up, if I can have pumps pumping this and the water supplies the wheat, I can live even longer on just like the wheat and the water that I pump out of here. So that's why I put the highest yield crop closest to the contained water source that lasts the longest. Because another method, rather than supplying the rivers, is in extreme drought like this, just to pump it like that. I could set, actually, why not do that? I would probably want to put the pump over here somewhere. Probably elevated on planks, actually. But that might be a better approach to this 15-day drought, because this 15-day drought isn't longer than I'm used to dealing with. So that's food for thought. In fact, let me set up that in practice to show you what I mean. So there we go. A pump that pumps at the full depth of the... maybe I'm going to move it over one. At the full depth of the supplied water. And the platforms don't really interfere with that. So then I'm going to have the pump here and double, single, a stairwell system. Oh, no, not like that. Double, single. There we go. And now this pump can supply water even in the harshest of times, because it's deeper, and then inversely, I'm going to want to continue sort of the bridge ramp, but this is good for now. So we'll put this as a high priority. It should be built pretty soon. Oh, there we go. Kaboom! Cool. Dark Mouser, thanks for the follow. Oh, and a pet Tusk? Tusk came and went, didn't she? Oh, here you are. Summon! Yeah! Yeah! She thanks you from the bottom of her heart. Is it possible to roof? No. If you don't want it to evaporate, you have to store it in a tank. You can't put a roof over it, because then that's basically a tank. So it does require you to invest in tanks. That's okay, right? It's not that bad. Another thing I'm going to do here is put a double and delete this tree and have it cross over on double platforms here. So we can walk this path, which is nice, much nicer. One other thing that I might want is some place to store the water once this thing is built. So I'll think about that in a second. But here's the deep water pump. And then I could store the water... Well, one obvious place to store the water would be... let's go for triple. And a water tank here. So let's build these two like that. And that way, I don't necessarily need to continue pumping out of these areas here because, well, this one's very low on water, so let me pause that immediately. And instead, just pump out of here, allowing this to passively evaporate slowly. Oh, my TNT is set. Yep. Yeah, it's very important for you to have, like, a deep plan for late game. Or you die on hard difficulty. Alright, so this water pump's almost done. And let's get someone working at it. This water pump is definitely the best spot for people to work in. For us, because that's a much greater supply of water that's going to easily outlast the 10.5-day drought. And now we have water storage there too. Hey, yo, employee. There we go. Now someone's actually up there. I just had to kick them in the butt. Alright, how many more gears do I need? So, the grist mill... Oh, I've been working it? Whoopsie! That's not good for power efficiency. My bad. Now, the rest of my gears is going to go to my bakery that I make. So, 7 out of 10. So, I'm almost there at the grist mill and bakery. So, really soon, I'm going to have wheat, which is by far the most efficient source of nutrient. And also unlocks Nutrients 3, which is a new benefit that our little beavers will be able to take advantage of for carrying speed plus 20%. Quite nice, if you ask me. Big water tanks are amazing, yeah. I just don't have the gears for them, and I said this really early game, I like the... You can just make a whole bunch of large water tanks and just be like, I win, but I actually enjoy the sort of earth-moving projects. And for that reason, I've prioritized, I've definitely prioritized doing large aquifers and river runs and things like that, because it's just cooler. That's what's unique about this game, so even if it's less efficient, I'm going to definitely do it anyway. Because it's neat. Wood moving projects? Yeah. Well, I'm moving earth here. I'm kind of blowing it up and it's going kaput, but this is a earth moving project, sorta. I'm very low on my planks, but as soon as I have the gear for the bakery, I'm gonna flick the lumber mills back on and turn off the gear workshop. And this wheat has about 3/4 done. All right, let's pause this. No longer drying water from my riverbed, which is actually dry. That they're about to both dry up with 9 days left. But that's the thing, is I can actually let them dry up, and I have this large supply of water that can keep people alive. I might want to add another pump here. To this spot. Maybe I'll add a pump where this path was. But this will keep people alive. And I'm happy to have added it, because I think it's both necessary and smart. This old path and platform I'm going to get rid of, though. That's not helping. Doesn't lead anywhere. Alright, TNT. We're almost at the level where we can blow this up and set up a floodgate. And then start to let water run down here. Obviously, I don't have a lot of water capacity. I have to prioritize some holding sides. But if I could click through these... Yeah, let me click through these and prioritize the ones that absolutely need to get built. We're very close to being able to start to store water up here, which is pretty cool. Oh, I'm also out of paper? Yeah, let me switch around who's making the paper. So the bakery is done. Gear is done. Let's turn on paper and lumber mill and explosives. It's going to be slow and inefficient, but that's fine. I also have enough to get the next monument, the Flame of Progress, which is a giant flame that is made of planks. I definitely don't have enough planks for it, but yeah, here's the example. Just letting everything down here, downstream, dry out. It's all dry. The water here keeps this alive. So it keeps these trees alive, it keeps this food alive, and keeps everyone alive because of the water. And that way, even in extreme drought, we have the means to survive long term because we have water storage and the like. So that's, it's good. And I don't care if the potatoes and the, I don't care if that really dies off. It's not a big deal. What I could do is prioritize harvesting for both of my farmers, and they'll harvest it if it's ready. But if it's not ready, it's no big deal. I have 700 food built up, so I have a bit of a food bank. It's not critical. Alright, so that's the last dynamite I need to reach... Oh, come on, 89%? You're killing me, dude. I need all 3 types of nutrition? Yeah, I haven't had potatoes in a while. You don't need all 3 types, you just don't benefit if you're not supplying it. So I would lose the strength benefit of potatoes and gain the carrying speed of bread. Which bread is just about ready to go. Here's the start of my wheat. But at the end of the day, if you have to, you can just survive on berries. Right? Like I've had these berry bushes here for a long time. And I could just start gather them and subsist on them. It would suck, but we'd be alive. Alright, so this is the last one that I need to do immediately to be able to walk around in here. It's a long walk, but that means I only need 4 more explosives. And then the rest of the explosives can be used to level out this inside of the tank. Inside of the back tank. I am going to fix something here. I'm going to move the stairs. This stair over one. And make not a complete path so that we can actually build properly. I know it's going to look a little weird, but just what I got to do for now. Pretty much no one walks around here anyway, so it's not that big of a deal temporarily. But we can't build these levees because of the location of where the stairs were. Alright, 6 more days. And we've only done 1 tier of water. Not bad. Another placement for explosives, if we make extra explosives, is to hollow out this trough a little bit better. So it holds more water. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could blast it 6 deep. But that's all, you know, like I've been saying, that's a lot of dynamite. What you could do is at least have it be even. But I'm not sure I'm going to do that, to be honest, because I might turn this back into farmland once this tank is done. So it doesn't really... I don't want to terrain manipulate this area unless I actually have to. Because you can't put it back. There's no putting it back. And it's definitely cheaper to just pave over the trees rather than rip them up if you can help it. Alright, so can my builders run all the way out there? Oh, not yet. Not yet, because I need to build the stairs. But once the stairs are built, I should have access to most of this area here. I might need to... Oh, Lalendre, thank you for the bits. Cheers, dude. I might need to put some stairs here to blast this part, but then I can start, you know, making this 6 deep all the way around, which is going to be really ideal for a lot of water storage. It would help with the second pump. It would, but the walk to get to this pump to the tank is really short. So I might not even need it. I'll build one if it really starts to become dire. But the productivity of this worker is really, really high because of the short run that they have to make. Thank you for tuning in to Timberborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as well as a link to Discord, where you can chat about Timberborn in real time. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, everybody.